So there's this whole thing with the merch and the venue thinking it needs to get a cut of the merch, where the band or bands are the ones that are bringing people to the venue. You would not be making money if it was. So now you want to take a piece of what doesn't belong to you. You want to take a piece of that. So now what you're doing is you're forcing bands to do like these peeps did in Paris and tell their fans that we're not even going to sell merch at the show. Now, that forces bands to go, okay, so we're going to make tour shirts, but we can't sell them by the hundreds anymore. Now we got to sell them all online because of you assholes, because you think that you need a cut. So now what is going to be forced to happen? Now the venue, this is what they'll do. They'll buy the merch. They'll go buy it in bulk or whatever. They'll buy it and they will still sell it and tack on a bunch of money to it because they know that the people that are there, they're going to buy it. Well, because it's a memorabilia thing. And people will pay money for nostalgia, for to hold on to a memory. So they know this. But it's gone way too far. Now, there's already Ticketmaster and Live Nation that have, teamed together and been, basically the evil empire. And they're trying to play it off like, oh, no, we only have a small percentage. But that percentage that they have overrules over 80% of the market that they control in one way or another. It doesn't matter. When you're fighting with bots, just know that you're actually fighting with Ticketmaster themselves. They are running the bots on the secondary market to compete with you. So you will turn around and pay absorbent amounts of money just to get simple tickets because they have found a way to drive the price up to ridiculous amounts. So now they feel that it's not enough. They need more. So they want a piece of your merch now too. They want 20, 25%. Hey, 10%'s too much. I mean, look, best case scenario, why don't you, here's an idea, you can rent the tables. You're like, look, the table that you're going to need for the night or whatever, that space that you're going to need for the evening. Boom, here's your rent. Now, normally, this should not exceed, 3-digit numbers. This shouldn't even be into the high three. We're talking, maybe $100, $120 at the most to rent a table for the night to sell merch when you're gonna. But I'm talking that's for big bands. You got indie acts now that you're really. You think that you have stretched the indie market so thin that now still it's not enough. You want more and you want a piece of that. It's going to take everybody that goes to these shows to speak up. It's going to take everybody that says, hey, we'll take our money elsewhere. We will make our own festivals. It isn't like it hasn't happened before. So, people need to wake up, wise up to this, and start telling, Ticketmaster, Live Nation, all these big companies that no, we're not doing this no more. This isn't a thing. You're not gonna just play games to rip. We know it's like, we know it's you. It's you. And you're trying to act, oh, I don't know. Well, we don't got control over the bots. Yes, you do. You own the bots that are doing the. And you're trying to act like you're not. And we got I don't want to be sitting here siding with politicians, but we got a bipartisan thing that's even looking at Ticketmaster and Live Nation and going, dude, you guys are being a bit too greedy. Listen to what I just said. Politicians are looking at these people going, you're being a bit greedy. Can you believe this is where we're at? And they're literally sitting there trying to act like, no, we don't have anything to do with it. Yeah. You literally own these companies. You own them. You own the secondary. It's literally you competing with yourself to drive up, so then you leave people with no choice but to pay exorbitant amounts of money for tickets. And then you want to turn around and say, you know what? You know what we should do? You know what would be an even more cockascal thing to do? Let's take a percentage of whatever the band is selling. Anything that they sell, we want 25% of it. You have the caucasity to think that that's just no. This is the way we're going to do things now. No, I don't think it is. I really don't. I don't think it's gonna. You're gonna milk that teat. It ain't gonna last long. People are only going to do that shit for so long before, look, even rich people are getting upset. You've gone so far that you're pissing off the rich people. The elites are even getting irritated with you. You definitely ain't getting invited to the yacht club this year. Fucks. Jesus. I hate this stupid shit. It's greed at its finest. And I know people, want to do the whole, capitalism, that's a whole nother argument for another day, but it's one of the best systems we got going here. And look, these things we allowed a monopoly to happen that even people in government were like, that's a bad idea. It's like, can you imagine letting Microsoft and Apple merge? And they're trying to act like, oh yeah, we're only in like the small percentage of the market. No, they own all the other pieces. They own way too much on the chessboard. It's an unwinnable game. It's an and now they flex. Bands don't want to speak up because bands want to be able to play. And so you see the conundrum we're in, where nobody wants to cause ripples because this is okay. Really? We're just gonna sit back and just let them rip us off this much because it could be worse. No, it could be you taking your money elsewhere and saying, nope, sorry, I will not go see a band that is, being under this company or under. We do it with everything else. Look at all the other things we've canceled. I think, this is one of those things where it's like, you know what? You've gone a bit too far with your greed. I think it's time we teach you a lesson. And look, I think it's something everybody can kind of agree on here. I mean, this isn't like, a racial thing. This isn't, come on, man. This is everybody can kind of look at each other and go, yeah, I'm right. I'm right. So let's just quit screwing around and actually do something about it. That's, because it's getting a little ridiculous and we need to take care of it. So, yeah, that's what I got to say about that situation. Sorry.